In this video, traders, we're going to look at why do people keep shorting Tesla stock. Hey guys, warm welcome to you. So, Tesla at the moment heavily shorted, has been for probably a good 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years or so, and the price has just been going up. It's kind of stagnated a little bit and been in a bit of a range for the past few years, but really it's nowhere near the levels that shorters want to see it. So why are people still shorting it? Let's look at some of the arguments for the short side and some of the arguments for the long side. And depending on when you're watching this may have played out or it won't. But either way, it's good to see for future potential shorts or potential longs, depending on how we look at it, those kind of plays where they are heavily shorted. There's a lot of people shorting. Why they're shorting it, whether they turn out to be right or wrong, will be interesting, so we can look at future potential trade ideas and other companies that come on the market. So really the thesis behind the short idea for Tesla for most people is, hey, they're losing a massive amount of money, right? Elon Musk is just plowing money into this thing. He's not making any money. He's losing money. He's having to finance, having to raise money all the time. And they consider that he's vulnerable. They think that he needs some capital injection every time he kind of gets some, he gets some. They're waiting for the time that he doesn't get some, and all of a sudden everything crashes to a halt and the share price will probably crater through the floor. Now, just to play devil's advocate with this, there are plenty of companies that are now making a heap of money that initially were losing money for a long time. So that's quite a dangerous game. Number two, problems with production. Now, you've got to take what you read in the media with a pinch of salt. I certainly do. I don't particularly look at something and go, well, that has to be true. I kind of look at both sides of it and think, well, that's an interesting article. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm definitely not going to take a position based on it. But there's a lot of articles out there that are having problems with production. They're slow. The production line's faulty. They've got problems with employers. All this kind of stuff. Just negative news coming out on the company. And so short sellers think, you know what, that's not good. That means that investors probably aren't going to like it. It means they might not be able to get capital funding. It means they're not going to hit the targets of a certain amount of cars that they expect to produce. It means that customers are going to potentially see that and not want to buy the cars. You get the idea. It goes down the chain and it's never going to be a good thing for the company. So that's one reason why a lot of people are short. A lot of people think that Elon Musk is unhinged. Now, he's on social media, Twitter specifically, and he does seem to get into unusual spats with people about random things and does say some obscure things. Even, I like the guy. I think he's a good guy. He's an interesting character. He's got a lot of useful knowledge to share, a lot of obviously a great skill set. Let's put that to one side, whether Tesla's going to fail or not for now. But to be on Twitter, kind of, engaging with people on Twitter, possibly not the best thing. And that's why short sellers are really not happy about that. Now, listen, if you're on Twitter and you're engaging and you're kind of doing the right thing as a representative of the company, that seems fine. But I think when you go off piste a little bit and you start, personally attacking people, which he has done, that could be seen that maybe he's not under full control. That's really what they're saying, and they think that might then cascade through to his running and his stewardship of Tesla, hence the short. And the fourth one as well is that German brands are catching up. Listen, there's no doubt that Tesla got a really big head start with the electric vehicle market, didn't they? They literally, Elon Musk, given the credit where credit's due for that, is that he got a massive head start. He went full steam ahead with it and he produced several different series. First one, not so great. Then they started getting much better and they got a really kind of good traction with it. But now the German manufacturers specifically, and other brands, but the German more prestigious brands out there, BMW, Mercedes, etc., Volkswagen Group, Audi, they are catching up now. They are starting to get on the EV bandwagon, making some hybrids with some performance vehicles as well as standard vehicles. So they are slowly catching up. And the argument for short sellers is, hey, when these bigger brands with far much more buying power get up there, your average consumer like you and I is going to sit there and say, okay, I can have a Tesla or I can have a BMW, similar specs, similar price point. I'm going to probably go with the BMW because I have far more dealers, etc., etc. said maybe it's more reliable, maybe I can rely on the company not going bust, hopefully, that kind of thing. That's the assumption that short sellers are making. These guys are probably going to do that and then may even overtake them. So that's the thesis. There's loads more in it, and really you've probably got to sit down with David Einhorn, whoever else is shorting Tesla in their hedge fund, and ask them. But these are the main things that I keep seeing coming through the media. So let's look at the other side of it and let's see why this potentially is a bad short. Now we're focusing on the short side here, but obviously if it's a bad short, it might be a good long. But you can take that for what it's worth. So the first one is that Elon Musk is a genius. Certain people out there say, listen, this guy's an absolute genius. He's got a great track record of doing stuff. Heck, he's building electric cars. He's sending rockets up into space from building that from scratch. He's created these amazing solar panels. He's made massive innovations. He's a genius. He's good at running the company. He's always going to win through. And of course, there's a lot of people who are fan of him because of that. Does that mean that Tesla's going to succeed? I don't know. We'll soon find out. But that's one thing why potentially people are looking for the long side of this trade. Number two, Tesla is like Apple. This is a bit of my opinion. I think that Tesla has a bit of a brand like Apple. Like if you were a Tesla person, you are like one of the early adopters. You feel like it's you're proud to be different, so to speak. You're not driving a BM or Merc, an Audi or whatever most people would drive at maybe that level of income and that level of disposable level of income for that type of vehicle. You're driving a Tesla. You're making a statement like the early MacBook adopters. I think that's where they're positioned. So possibly that brand gains a bit of traction like Apple does and be seen as a forward-thinking modern brand, and maybe the old German ones are seen as dinosaurs. I'm really hypothesizing here. I've not got a position either way, by the way, in this stock. That may well cause it to gain some momentum, gain some traction, and maybe comes out with other products as well. Maybe he's got something that is kind of a brand-based thing that's much more accessible than a $30,000, $50,000 car. And number three, he's not only doing cars, he's got the solar side of things, he's got the battery side of things, he's got the automation side, of didn't put automation in there. So there's potentially lots of other revenue streams there. He's not just pushing ahead with the cars under the Tesla brand. He's got the solar panels under the brand, and a lot of good work, not just for domestic solar panels, but industrial and almost on a country level where you've seen places where they've struggled with power from natural disasters like earthquakes and stuff. Elon Musk has rolled out massive solar panels that have been able then to supply that hospital or whatever it may be with power, which is a great thing. And whether it's short or long, it's just a great thing to do. Now, whether he can monetize that and make money out of it, let's look at the commercial aspect, remains to be seen. But the long argument is, hey, it's not just the cars. Yes, it makes up the most of the bulk of the revenue, but he has got that. He has got this battery technology. He's building these massive factories, gigafactories, all this kind of stuff. So there's other revenue streams that could potentially come on board. So it's never going to go bust, or it's never going to be hammered, because there's so much value to this company. That's the argument. And the final argument, which I think is the best argument of the lot, because I like to look at things from a trading perspective, is the short squeeze. This thing is significantly overcrowded on the short side. As I'm writing 25% short float, as I'm doing the video, not writing anything here apart from on the board, is a massive short float, relatively massive short float, which means that there's a potential for a short squeeze, right? And if you've ever seen anything, there's a potential short squeeze. If it starts ripping to highs, then the momentum just flies as everyone just thinks, I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You look at stuff like Herbalife, you look at a variety of different stocks that have done that. Go and have a look on kind of Google and see major short squeezes. Perhaps there's a video idea, just come up with myself there. Just look, because that can really create a long, even regardless of any of this, just the fact that some shorts have to cover. So is Tesla gonna tank or not? Who knows? I don't have a position, like I say. That's why people keep shorting it. I think a good idea with shorting stocks, because it's like a general broad thing for my approach for shorting stocks, is not trying to be the guy who pinpoints the top and locates the sweet spot of turning, because you might be in for an awful lot of pain. Wait for the thing to drop. If there's a genuine short opportunity, the stock will break and the bad news will keep flowing. We're not going to go from $500 to $10 in a day unless it's something catastrophic happens. It will take a lot of time. So you wait until it's undone a lot of work, wait until the stock's broken, wait until it's on its roll, and then, you know, when everyone's committed and all the longs are pulling out money, slowly pulling out money, and the supply demand imbalance has shifted, then you can hit it. A lot of people like to wait until the 200 moving average is broken to the downside and then look for shorts only. So that's one way of being a little bit more cautious about it, but still getting some juice from the downside if it breaks. So anyway, guys, why do people keep shorting Tesla stock? Just some reasons there. If you've got any, if you're an expert in Tesla, or if you're an expert in this kind of thing, stick it in the comment section below. Always interested to hear your guys' opinions. See you next one, guys. Bye-bye.